Hey guys, Tiaza here with freebaddanceclasses.com. Quick Q&A here. Question from Facebook from Jerome. And the question was, how do you stay motivated to practice and to perform? I guess the assumption here is that maybe he is lacking the motivation to practice or to perform. And it's funny because I don't know, I think I did address this before, and I talked to you guys because the channel, our YouTube channel for freebaddanceclasses.com has been going on forever. I think it's like 2008 or 2009. But I had a certain time where I didn't really record much. I was posting maybe on a regular basis, but they were older videos. And then I showed up all of a sudden, like recording new videos, and people were like, oh, your hair is growing back. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's been happening for a while. But then it kind of dawned on me, I'm like, yeah, actually I have not recorded for a while, because I've taken like almost 6 months. Probably that's an exaggeration. It could be like about 4 months. Well, I didn't really record much. And it really was the same thing for me. It was just like, I was just not motivated to just do it. And I mean, I stayed active in a certain way, but not as much. You know, when I record these videos for you guys and I dance, I'm a lot more active, you know, much more in shape. And so, but then you hit those points in life where it's not just about dancing, but a lot of things in life that you kept doing for a long time. You just hit that time where you're like, I just don't want to do it anymore. And that could be several things. You know, it could be a common thing, obviously, for a lot of people, it's just like depression. You know, you're just like not feeling good, you know, and we all deal with depression at one point or another in our lives. For some people it lasts a long time, for some people it's really painful, for others it's maybe like a week, you know, and then you move on. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. It really does feel like the end of the world when you're dealing with it, but it could be honestly one of the best things that could happen to you. You know, I've been through it. I know people that have been through it, and you always come out on the other side much better, you know, because you kind of been on both sides of what it's like to feel good and what it's like to feel bad. So that could be it. It could be just simply maybe you need a change. You know, maybe you've been doing the same kind of moves over and over and over in your practice, or dancing maybe to the same type of music, or doing maybe the same style of dance. You know, and you just kind of like same stuff over and over and over. So maybe you're just bored. Okay, so it could be you're depressed. It could be you're bored. It could be just maybe you finally realize that maybe this is as far as you're going to be able to take it. You know, take your practice, and maybe if you want to take it further than that, then you're going to have to invest so much time and energy, and maybe you don't have that time and energy. So mentally you kind of feel like, you know what, I think I reached what I want to reach, or I can reach in this practice of whatever it is that I'm doing, whether it's dancing or something else. And then you find yourself just kind of like unconsciously backing out of whatever that thing is. So it could be so many different reasons, and I'm sure there will be like millions more. Everybody's going to have their own special situation. There's obviously events that happen in life. You know, someone dies, someone has a baby, and like your entire life changes. You know, you don't even realize it, but it does. You know, just one little event can completely, you know, transform your life. And so your routine that you had, you know, that maybe consists of practicing dancing on a weekend, it's just not going to be there anymore. You know, there will be other things that you have to do now that that person is not around to do those things that they used to do, whatever. I mean, so many little things could change your life. So I think it's important when you say how to keep motivated to practice and perform. It's important to find exactly why is it that you are not motivated to do that first. Okay, find out the reason why you don't feel like it anymore, and then, you know, figure out a solution from there. But to just ask that question without analyzing what's behind it is a little bit tricky. It's a little bit hard for me, or for you for that matter, to answer the question and find out exactly what to do. But let me just go through different scenarios, because I have gone through different things in my life myself. You know, as I said, I've dealt with depression like everybody else. I've dealt with just boredom. I've dealt with you know, change of events, etc. So many different things could happen, and that could kind of rock the boat a little bit, and then you lose touch with something that was at one point a happy part of your life. And it's never a good idea to give up something that always makes you happy in life. You want to make sure you keep doing it consistently until you do the day you die, okay? Because very few people actually find that one thing that makes them happy. So if dancing is your thing, make sure you find a way to continue doing it. And if something, a little bump in the road comes up and makes it difficult to do, find a way to get rid of it and move on, because it's really important for your well-being, your mental and physical well-being on the long term. So if you're dealing with depression, it's important to kind of like you ask yourself if that's really something you're dealing with or not, because a lot of times when people deal with depression, they can't find the energy to do, or the desire to do the things that at one point it was everything for them, you know, the one thing that just made them smile and made them really happy and made them want to just like, they can't wait to do it, and all of a sudden it's like, no, I don't want to do it anymore. No, I have no interest. And then they call it boredom, or you call it I'm tired. Like that's usually a sign. Is like every day, like you just feel like you're just exhausted, you know. And then you look at what you've done in your day, and you're like, I didn't really do anything that should make me feel exhausted, but I do feel exhausted every single day. Like I have no energy. So it's important to kind of say, what am I dealing with here? Okay. But that's usually one of the first signs that you're dealing with depression, is that you don't want to do the things that are really beautiful and happy memories, and bring happy memories to your life, and then you justify them by just being tired or exhausted, but you really don't have a real reason to back it up with. Okay, so stop and analyze that and see if that's the case, and seek help. Talk to someone. You know, there's so many different reasons why, you know, we feel depressed, and talking to other people really kind of puts things in perspective for us and helps us get out of it. But you can get out of it, and people do, and I did. Okay, so don't feel bad about it, and seek help. If the reason is basically that you're bored with the movements that you're doing, or maybe the music you're dancing to, change it up a little bit. So if you're always dancing to Egyptian classical music, switch it to modern, switch it to Turkish, find some Moroccan music, find some remixes maybe. Find something that's different, something you've never danced to, or just change it completely. It doesn't have to even be belly dance music. Maybe find some hip hop, you know, find some Michael Jackson, find whoever inspires you at the moment. If there is any artist that inspires you at the moment, bring that person back. And for me personally, like I told you guys, like I took about 4 months where I didn't really record anything. I didn't feel like it. Just lost motivation, lost passion for a while. And it was honestly like just getting back to some of the old music that I listened to when I used to belly dance in Morocco, and, you know, in my early days of belly dancing, the music that just made me fall in love, you know, with the movement, you know, and trying to create and invent and choreograph. You know, I reconnected back with that music because, you know, I started loving that music, and I choreographed so much to it, and I practiced to it, and I taught so many classes and workshops using that music. And then after a while I started thinking, okay, well, I gotta change it up a little bit, you know, and I changed it up. But then I kind of lost passion because it wasn't necessarily the music that makes me happy. But it was the music that I originally used to love back then. So I kind of reconnected back with that music, and all of a sudden I'm just like, oh, I love this stuff. How could I forget this stuff? How come I, you know, don't listen to this music anymore? And it just really brought all that creative energy back again in me. So find something that is different about your practice. Go to a different teacher. Watch a different video online. Find a different style. You know, you've got the Turkish, we've got the Moroccan, we've got tribal. I mean, if you've been doing classical for the longest time, maybe switch to tribal, spice it up a little bit, try something different. Because not only that the music is going to be different, which is a change in itself, but the movements also. Your body is going to be challenged to move in a different way as well. So try something like that, something different. Now, if maybe you just find yourself not motivated to do something, to do anything dance-wise, because you feel like, you know, I still like dancing, but I don't know, this is like, you know, I learned this and this and this in belly dancing, and this is basically kind of like, I think I reached the top of what I can do. And if I really want to learn this other parts of belly dancing, or this other aspect of it, I'm gonna have to take this workshop and that workshop, and maybe I have to find a different teacher. And in my town, there's only like one teacher, and that's all she knows. So if you kind of like you reached what you can reach in either where you live, or based on your interests, or based on your financial, you know, situation, maybe you can't afford to take more classes or workshops. Maybe it's time to say, well, I'm going to try something else, maybe a different activity completely, not necessarily dancing, but if you really want it to be dancing, then maybe find a different type of dance completely. No belly dancing anymore. Take a break from belly dancing. Go do something else, Go do some barroom, maybe meet some people, partner up with some people and meet somebody new. Go do something that is going to be a little bit different and maybe challenge you in a different way, and then get you out of the boring stage or the box that you're in. And then eventually you'll find out maybe that you will miss belly dance and you'll come back to it. And then that will come back to it with much more passion. So, excuse me. So there is a lot of different reasons why you're going to lose that passion. And it happens to the best dancers in the world. And some of the biggest Broadway names hit a wall in their dance life, and they're just like, I can't do it anymore. I don't want to do it anymore. I have no desire to do it anymore. And some of them will take a break and then come back. Some of them would actually go and teach before they come back and perform. They just do it, but they do it differently, or they just don't do it at all. Take a break. And then they find that eventually that, they really miss it. It's the one thing that made them happy, and they're going to find another way to enjoy it. And the fact that they missed it means that the moment they come back to it, it's going to be enjoyable all over again in a different way. Okay, so try different things. Try to find out exactly what it is for you that's not working, and then try to fix it separately. Just focus on that one problem. Okay, so hopefully I didn't make this video a little bit too long, but I just want to address that, and hopefully that answers your question, Jerome. So keep on dancing. Hopefully you'll find the passion back again, and I'll see you guys next time on freebelledanceclasses.com. Another coffee talk. Make sure you keep asking your questions. Bye.